Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So a few weeks ago, or actually I think it's been over a month ago at this point, I unboxed a pair of earrings from Cleef and Arpels here on my channel. It was their mini lotus earrings, and ever since the unboxing, a lot of things have happened surrounding this pair of earrings that first led me to exchange it for another pair of the same style because of a quality issue. And then more things happened, and ultimately I did decide to return the earrings altogether. So, now that everything has kind of subsided with this ordeal, I guess, I wanted to make this video to, well, for one, I wanted to let you guys know that I did return the earrings, so they're no longer in my collection. I've had a few of you guys ask me to do a review on these earrings eventually as I wore them. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do a review for you guys because I won't ever repurchase these earrings again, even though I love them. So that's the first reason that I wanted to make this video. The second is that I think a lot of the information that I will include in this video is somewhat like educational in a way, I guess, because some of these things I did not expect to have to deal with a brand like Cleef and Arpels. I will say though that I am happy with the outcome. My sales associate as well as the boutique overall did make things right for me at the end. So there's that. I'm going to approach this as somewhat of like a story time, like in that type of manner. So I'll first start with when I actually asked my sales associate if she had this pair of earrings to purchase, and I had texted her. So actually, let me go a step back. So I had tried on these earrings in stores already, so there wasn't really like a need for me to see them in person again. Like, I knew what I was getting. I knew that I liked the style. So I texted my sales associate asking if she had it available, and she did. So she sent me a text with a photo of the pair of earrings. And I will show that picture up on the screen right now. So when I saw that photo, I actually texted her back and I was like, is it just me, or one earring actually looks more yellow than the other? Like the diamonds on the earring, I thought one of them looked more yellow than the other. If you're like curious, you could pause this video right now and try to see if you can see what I'm seeing. Which side do you think is more yellow? So basically she texted me back and she said it's probably just the lighting. Cleef and Arpels would never use diamonds that are not up to their standards. And I was like, okay, you're probably right. So I went ahead and I purchased those earrings, and then they came, I unboxed them, and I kind of, thought that was that. I couldn't actually wear the earrings yet because I needed to, or I wanted to get some adjustments done on them. That'll come later on in this video. So yeah, I unboxed the earrings, and then I had to film a little clip trying the earrings on. So I filmed that clip, and then I was kind of just like sitting there on my couch looking at these earrings, and I was like, wait a second, something is off about them. So what I determined was actually off about them is not the color of the diamonds themselves, but it's actually something with the metal that makes the diamonds look different colors. So I guess first I'll give like a little bit of information about white gold, which explains this thing that I'm seeing on the earrings. So with white gold, like with 18 karat white gold, it is 75% gold content, and then the other 25% is like other alloys. So depending on if it's yellow gold or rose gold or white gold, the alloy composition would be different. So with white gold, because there is such a large percentage of gold in there, it actually doesn't look, like I guess what you're probably thinking of when you think of white gold. It does have somewhat of like a yellowy tinge to it. And then what they do to make it look white is they actually plate it in rhodium. And over time, that rhodium plating actually kind of fades. So one of the kind of cons about white gold is that over time you might have to replate it. And to show you guys a very clear example of what the difference between rhodium plated white gold as well as non-rhodium plated white gold looks like, I will show a clip on the screen right now. In this clip, it's very obvious that there is a stark difference in color between the two. So with Cartier, their love bracelets, if you get it with the diamonds, they do come rhodium plated, but since the one that I have is just like the plain one without diamonds, they actually don't rhodium plate that. And yeah, I feel like, I guess there is a reason why Cartier rhodium plates their white gold if there's diamonds on it, because it does make such a big difference to how the diamonds kind of appear and how like the piece of jewelry looks all together as a whole. So yeah, back to when I was looking at this pair of mini lotus earrings from Cleef and Arpels. So I was looking at it and I was like, this is exactly why in the picture that my sales associate sent, one side looked more yellow than the other. It's just that it didn't occur to me at the time that it was due to the metal. I just thought that it was the diamonds, right? But basically, me as well as my husband, we were looking at these earrings, you know, either one of us would just like shuffle the earrings to kind of do like more of a blind analysis, I guess, of these two earrings to see if we could really pick out which of the two sides was the one that looked darker, more yellow, duller, whatever the word you want to call it is. And basically, no matter what, we were always picking that one side that we agreed was the darker one. And I'll show a bunch of pictures as well as footage that I took in various lighting conditions showing the two earrings and how they look. And I haven't edited these images or videos whatsoever. You know, as I took them on my iPhone, that's what I'm showing to you guys on the screen. And I will kind of like circle the darker earring in the pictures, and then for the video I'll like have a little caption saying which one is the darker side. It's not super apparent. Like for a little bit of time when I was first comparing these two earrings, I thought I was a little bit crazy, to be honest. I was like, am I seeing things? Is this really there? But yeah, once you spot it, it becomes apparent. So I texted my sales associate asking her if she had another pair of these earrings for me to exchange, and she was able to get another pair in for me to look at, and this time I was definitely taking a look at them in person first. So I went to the boutique, and just FYI, under that boutique lighting, it's so much harder to notice the difference in color. Honestly, I was pretty surprised that I saw like that yellow tinge in the earring in the photo that she sent to begin with. So I guess just if you run into a similar situation yourself, try to like step away from like the little table that they're like showing you the pieces at. Try to just like walk away, not even to the mirror, because they probably have like some kind of like jewelry store lighting going on by the mirror too, but try to like step away, maybe like cup like your hand over the piece and try to like look at it from a more natural type of lighting, I guess, even though it's like artificial lighting, it's not like truly natural lighting. Try to look at it in like not the jewelry store lighting, that's what I'm trying to say. When I was there, I even brought my husband along because he is more color sensitive than I am, so he was better able to see like the difference than I was. When I was looking at the like pair that I actually first bought, like under the boutique lighting, even though I knew one of them was darker than the other, I was kind of second guessing myself, but he knew, he was like, this one's the darker one. So we ended up exchanging it because the second pair was more even in color. According to my husband, even though the second pair was even in color between the two sides of the earrings, it wasn't quite as bright white as the whiter side of the first pair, but it was whiter than the second side of the first pair. I hope I'm making sense there. So yeah, that's what he said. But for me, I am ultimately looking for like a pair of matching earrings. If it's not quite as white, I'm okay with that, but just knowing that I had a pair of earrings that didn't match, that just really bothered me. So yeah, I ended up exchanging it for that second pair. And after my sales associate processed the exchange, she asked me what adjustments I wanted to have made, and there were actually two. So the first is I wanted thinner posts on the earrings because the ones that come with the earrings originally, they're just not comfortable for my piercings. I can wear them, but not for like a long amount of time because it would be uncomfortable. And also, even when I'm putting it in, it doesn't go into my piercing the easiest. So I wanted the thinner posts, and also I wanted to swap out the bags for the butterfly bags. They usually have these La Poussette bags on it, and it's just too fussy for me to deal with. And my sales associate was like, okay, it's gonna be $180. Quickly jumping in to clarify, I was told that switching to the butterfly bags would be free, but if I wanted to make the post thinner, that would cost $180 US. And I was like, what? Is this not free? So we kind of went back and forth on this. There was my mini Frivole earrings that I purchased last year that when I took it in for these same exact adjustments, I had no problem whatsoever. No one gave me any trouble about it. No one said that there was a fee associated. In fact, after I got those earrings back from the adjustments, the person who was helping me at the time in their service department, they were like, if you have any more issues, if you want to make any more adjustments, come back within a year and it's still going to be free. And I remember this very clearly because I guess Cleef and Arpels at that time had recently changed their policy. It used to be that it was free for the first 3 months, and then after the 3 months they would charge you. So when they said a year, I was like, what? Really? New policy? Great, right? So when my sales associate told me it would be $180, I was like, that doesn't sound right. I told her about my mini Frivole earrings. She looked that up in the system and she saw that it was indeed free for those same adjustments. And she said that it was probably because the repair center waived the fee for me, even though I was told that it would be that amount of money up front. And I was like, no one ever asked me for any money, told me that it would cost anything. And I had actually read the like adjustment policy recently, so I even pulled that up on my phone. I'll actually read that to you guys right now because they make it sound like, you know, comfort is very important. It says that because your well-being is essential, Cleef and Arpels offers you an adjustment service to make sure your creation perfectly fits you with the highest level of comfort. Our Maison jewelry experts apply their technical know-how to finely shape the metal of a ring, modify the length of a chain, adapt the post or clip mechanism of an air clip. And then, yeah, complimentary within 12 months after your purchase, price of the service beyond 12 months, complimentary for ear clips, and $180 for all other creations. So I read that and I basically think that it should be free. Even if it's not specifically an ear clip, it does fall under the category of all other creations, right? So even if it's not an ear clip, which is like free for the entire like lifetime of the piece, it should still be free within the first year. And like I said, this was purchased just like a month ago or so. It's not like I've had it for ages. So yeah, it was just kind of like talking to a wall because I was showing them this policy and nothing was really budging. And it was honestly like a little bit frustrating. And I actually think my sales associate was trying to make me feel better because she told me this story that I guess she thought would make me feel better, but it totally didn't. So I figured I would like tell that story here because I just think it's a little bit funny. So she told the story of how there was a client that they had a ring. I think she said it was like the Pearly Sweet Clover ring, so the bracelet that I have but in ring form, and the client basically accidentally bang the ring into like some surface, and one of the diamonds actually came out from the setting. So they were able to like find that diamond. So they basically brought this ring back to the boutique, and because they had the diamond still, the repair center was supposed to be able to repair that for them for free. But the story was that somehow the diamond got lost after it got like logged into Van Cleef and Arpels system, that they had it within their possession. So the repair center was going to charge this person to essentially replace the diamond and repair the piece. And they had to like look through security footage to basically show proof that Van Cleef and Arpels did receive this diamond back for the repair. And then ultimately it ended up being free for this client to repair the ring. And I think what my sales associate was trying to tell me was that the repair center is very strict with their policy. If not all the pieces of this ring was brought back to them, they were going to charge for it. But to me, I was just like, wait a second, I'm asking for an adjustment that affects the comfort of the piece for me to wear it, and in their policy it says that comfort is very important to them, and I'm going to be charged $180, whereas this person who, it was her own fault that she lost the diamond on her ring, they could get that repaired for free. It just didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make me feel any better. Honestly, I have no idea why she told me that story. She said that, you know, like she would see what she was able to do. So yeah, I just kind of like left it at that for now. And while I was waiting for her call with like any update, I actually decided that like, basically if it came back and I had to pay $180 for it, I would just go ahead and do it anyways, because not that $180 is cheap by any means, but because I had already spent, the earrings are $10,500 US plus tax, I might as well pay the $180 in addition to make the earrings actually fit for me and are actually comfortable to wear, because otherwise I would have totally wasted like over $10,000. But when she called, she did say that they weren't able to do anything about the $180. But in addition to that, even though I wanted the butterfly backs on the earrings, apparently that's actually not something that they do officially. So it used to be the case where they would just kind of do that for the clients, but it wasn't something that was, I guess, authorized by headquarters. So now they're like being more like stringent on it, so they're no longer able to do the butterfly backs. And I was just like, I already was not so happy with this whole paying for this service that I thought should be free. Like I accepted that I would have to pay that money, but not happy about it. And essentially, even if I was willing to pay, I would not be able to get the earrings like to a form that I actually wanted. And I think I really did not like highlight how much I hate those La Poussette bags. I hate them. So there was no way that I was going to wear these earrings even after paying $10,500 plus tax plus $180. I wasn't going to wear them. And yeah, I could buy like those butterfly bags myself, but one of the things that I really liked about my mini Frivole earrings when I got those back was that the butterfly backs on them was actually very secure. So even though, you know, the butterfly backs in general isn't as secure of a backing as the La Poussette ones, I never felt like I was at risk of losing them. So I didn't want to take another like backing from my other earrings or buy a different one, because I just felt like it wasn't like suited for the earrings, and you know, I don't want to lose $10,500 worth of earrings. So ultimately I asked my sales associate, I was like, you know, like I can't get these earrings to like my specifications, even if I was willing to pay. And when I made this purchase, I essentially thought that I could make these adjustments to them. I would have never purchased them if I knew this was going to be how this would play out. So can I get a refund? And then Cleef and Arpels policy is actually that once you've made a purchase, you can actually get your money back. It's either a store credit or an exchange. But I was like, you know, can you make an exception here? Because I would have never purchased this if I had known all of this stuff. And she was able to make an exception for me and actually refund me the money. So I am very happy with like the outcome of it overall. At least I'm not stuck with like a pair of earrings that I can't wear and I got my money back. So I am very happy with that. But you know, I just had to like put this video out here anyways, because I think there's like little tidbits of important information in here. And back to the first pair of mini lotus earrings with that like quality issue defect on them, I never really asked my sales associate like what was wrong with it from her point of view, or like to have an official response as to what was wrong with them. Basically, I was able to get an exchange, so that's fine by me. And when I say that I think it was an issue with the rhodium plating, I'm basing that off of just like what I know about fine jewelry. And also, I did want to share kind of like a very similar scenario that I was able to find someone post about on the purse forum. So in the description box down below, I will link to kind of like the initial post that this person posted about her situation, and if you read like a couple more responses after that, you'll kind of see like how that whole situation with her played out. And on the screen, I will show like some pictures that that person posted that showed the issue that she was seeing on her pieces. So essentially, she bought the perle clover ring as well as the bracelet at like the same time, and it didn't occur to her until she had actually worn both pieces together. I think it was like her boyfriend or something that noticed that the bracelet was more yellow than the ring was, and when she brought that back into the boutique, they had actually told her that they probably at the workshop didn't dip the bracelet into like the rhodium solution long enough, so it didn't take on that whiter color like the ring did. So that's what happened with her piece. So I feel like that's probably what happened with that pair of earrings too. It's strange because I know there could be variation from like item to item, but I didn't think that like two sides of one pair of earrings would have that type of variation. Like, I feel like that shouldn't have passed quality control, but yeah, maybe it's just me, but I think it was an issue with the rhodium plating. So yeah, just make sure you check out your pieces, do a thorough job looking at it before you purchase it, hopefully, because like I said, no returns, only exchanges, at least in the US. I'm not sure about the policy in other countries, but yeah, that's basically this entire story. I hope this was an interesting video for you guys. Maybe you learned something, whether it's about the whole like rhodium plating in white gold, or maybe you learned something to look out for with Van Cleef and Arpels jewelry, or just like in general even. Definitely what I learned is that even in like two sides of an earring, I should compare both pieces to make sure that they're matching. So yeah, hope this video was fun to watch in some way. And I do want to mention that I took that money that I got back from Van Cleef and Arpels and I put that towards a bracelet. So hopefully I can unbox that for you guys by Christmas. I'm not entirely sure because I am having that custom made. So The timeline is not completely set in stone, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know in the comments down below if you were able to tell which of the two earrings was the darker one. I'm very curious. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing for lots more videos on luxury handbags and jewelry and fashion, and I'll leave 2 videos on the screen for you to watch next. So I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.